Hey, what's up? This is BPX representing the Blue Pill Exodus. I talk about various topics and share experiences to help you wake up from the blue pill way of thinking. Today, we're going to talk about what makes dating apps so crazy. This video was sponsored by OKStupid. Everyone is looking for love. Well, now you can find it on OKStupid. It's the brand new dating site that lets you send your bank account info to hot girls in exotic countries like Thailand and Cambodia. OKStupid also has a feature where you can book flights to your significant other without vetting her or knowing her real name. There are tons of beautiful women on there that you can choose from who are ready to marry you, clean out your life savings, get pregnant, then divorce you in as little as 1 month. Don't miss this deal of a lifetime. Use our special promo code IDIOT and pay 25% more when you sign up to get all of your assets and resources taken from you because you were trying to lead with your wallet. Now you can pay her whole family's expenses and sponsor them to get their citizenship too. Your house will be their house. Thanks to OKStupid, you'll be living with her mother, father, sisters, brothers, cousins, nieces, nephews, aunts, uncle, grandmother, friends, and her real husband too. OKStupid, it's where dumb guys go to find love.
You've been sleeping far too long, and now is the time to wake up. This is the Blue Pill Exodus.
Okay, before we begin, do me a favor and click that like button down there. If you're using dating apps right now, share your experience with us and leave a comment below. Also, don't forget to click that bell icon and subscribe to my channel. You'll receive notifications when new videos are released. And last but not least, make sure to share this video with all of your friends. So as you all know, there's a ton of dating apps out there. You've got Tinder, OKCupid, Bumble, Plenty of Fish, Match.com, Chispa. There's probably 1 billion of them if you go on any app store and do a search for dating apps. What happens is that you go on these apps, you put up your photos, you probably take a week to write your bio, make sure everything is there, make sure it all looks good, and then it's like you cast your fishing rod out and then you start reeling in the fish, right? So the fish start coming in. So you start talking to chicks and everything is looking good. You probably have 5 or 6 chicks that you're chatting with, right? They start chatting with you, everything looks good. You even exchange numbers, but dating apps are a little bit crazy. Well, I can't even say dating apps. It's the people on the dating apps, right? What happens is that these chicks are not only talking to you, they're talking to a multitude of men and probably women for that matter too. But that's fine. It's not really that bad. What happens is it seems like they have ADHD sometimes because you could be talking to them and sometimes the conversation could look like it's making progress and all of a sudden you're texting and you're waiting for them to text you back and boom, they're ghost. You're like, what the hell happened? I thought, we was chatting. Where the heck is she? It's not that bad if you're talking to 5 or 6 chicks, right? So you just go on and talk to the next chick. But other things happen. What happens is that you exchange numbers and then you're talking to the chick on the phone, you're setting up the date, and then the time comes to meet her and you call her to confirm that you're still going on a date. And what happens? She doesn't pick up the phone. Then you have the infamous catfish where you see this banging chick and everything looks good on paper and even talk to her, she sounds sexy on the phone or whatever. You forget to do a video call with her, so you're all excited and you're about to go on a date, and then you go on a date and you meet her, and then what does she look like? She looks like the opposite of her picture. She looks like Quasimodo, and you're like, what the hell? Why the hell would she do this? You also have the crazy chicks on there. They're saying a whole bunch of wild, crazy stuff. You know what? Dating apps is like the wild, wild west. When you go in there, it's a very slim chance that you're going to meet somebody who's sane, somebody who's reliable, somebody who's fun, somebody who's feeling you, just something that's normal and something where it's not like it's pulling teeth. It seems like it's becoming very rare to have good experiences on a dating app. And one of the reasons is because these chicks are in a candy store. I guess we are too, you know? We have a lot of women to choose from. The chicks have many guys to choose from. With guys, when we're on a dating site, if we talk to 5 chicks, we would go on a date with 5 chicks. But with chicks, they could be talking to 10 dudes. If the 10 dudes ask her out on a date and she says yes, she's going to end up flaking on 9 of those dudes and only going on a date with 1 of them. So it becomes frustrating for the 9 dudes that got flaked on to go back on the dating site and look for another chick. Some guys are kind of persistent, and what they'll do is keep on hitting a chick up and send her a billion text messages and try to win her back, but they don't get the hint that she's not interested. Another thing is, I don't believe in sending slung shots to chicks on a dating app. A lot of guys tend to do that, but I don't think that it's kind of like enticing to the female because they get that all day, every day. So you know how many guys hit them up? They probably got schlong shots in their inbox for days, you know? So you're just going to be another schlong in her inbox. How original is that? So with dating apps, you could just start having a conversation with the female, and the first thing out of her mouth is, oh, what do you do? Where do you live? So what she's trying to do is gauge what type of income you have and what type of earning potential you have, or what type of earnings you have and what kind of assets you have straight from the get-go. It's like straight from the jump. But what I do is I'll tell them we could talk about that later. I don't get into talking about all of that right away because I think that's way too early to just be pressing a guy and asking him what does he do for work from the second text. So I tell her to fall back and we'll talk about that later if we go on a date. But I'm not telling you all of that right away. Women like mystery anyway, so they could wait to find out all of that. Another crazy thing is when guys are getting strung along on dating apps. I used to be one of those guys, but now I have a very, very low tolerance for things like that. So what women will do is they'll say, oh, let's talk more on here first. Let's be friends on here first. They'll keep you on there and they'll be talking to you, taking up all your non-sexual affection. And you'll be thinking that you're making progress because you've been talking to her for a month on a date app without going on a date with her. So you're like, oh, man, you know, I got my time invested. I'm sure she has the time invested. But what you don't realize is that she's using you for your non-sexual affection. She's using you for attention. So don't get happy and say, oh, this is my girl. You calling her your girl before you even met her, before you even go on a date with her. But guess what? Most likely she's stringing you along for as long as she can. And if she could help it, there won't be any date. So what you have to do is cut your losses and don't invest any more time pursuing her. And what about all the crazy demands that these chicks have nowadays on the dating apps? Most likely, no guy would be able to go on a date with them unless they're Prince Charming and they have $1 billion in their pocket. So nowadays, women want guys with the sixes. He has to be a 6-figure earner, 6-pack abs, 6 feet tall, 6 cars in his garage. You know, all of these crazy things. He has to love dogs. He has to love cats. He has to love her family. He has to love everything that she loves. It's like she's not even taking into account what he likes to do or how she's going to adjust herself to him. Women nowadays on dating apps, they just think that guys need to bend to their will, and that's crazy. And what about the infamous single mom on dating apps? Sometimes there's mothers on there with 4 kids and they have all these crazy demands on what they want their man to be. They're not going to accept any man unless he has all these criterias, and they have like 5 and 6 kids at home. I think that's kind of unrealistic. Single moms have been on dating apps forever. In the past, I was like, okay, I'll give them a chance, and I don't really have a problem with it because I don't see how the kid would be affecting me and her relationship. But now that I have experience, I'm not going anywhere near that again. I am not dealing with any type of single mothers. A lot of chicks, they would say, Oh, me and my kids are a package deal. But isn't something missing? What about the kid's father? Where is he in the picture? He needs to take care of his kids. I'm not taking care of his kids. So nowadays, women have a huge sense of entitlement where they can't even think rationally anymore. And they're making all of these crazy demands. And that's why I suggest that you guys set some type of boundaries so you don't have to deal with all of that. Because if you just go along and be thirsty and be like, oh, this chick looks good, so what if she has 16 kids at home? You're going to end up regretting that later on. Just take a second and think about what your boundaries are before you go online and go on any of the dating apps and start dealing with these crazy chicks. Us men, we need to start developing a new type of skill, whereas we know how to look at a profile to make a distinction whether the chick is even worth pursuing or asking her out on a date. Another thing about dates while we're on a dating app is, fellas, make sure you keep your investment very, very low. Forget the dinners, forget the drinks, and just do something where there's minimal type of money spent. Because what these chicks are doing is they're going on the date just to get free food or to get free drinks. They don't care about meeting the guy. They just want something out of the date, like food and drinks. To kill that, what we need to do is kill the dinners and kill the drinks. Take them for a walk in a park. Take them for a cup of coffee at Starbucks. Just something that requires a minimal amount of money to be spent. So here are some things to do to cope with the frustrating of being on dating apps. If you're talking to a chick and you're having a conversation and all of a sudden she disappears on you, don't start shooting her 5 and 6 messages and keep on texting her and texting her. Just move on. And the last thing is to make sure that you're speaking to multiple women while you're on this dating site. You might see a girl and she might look bad and she might be like, oh man, this is my dream girl. This is wifey material. This and this chick only is the one that I was looking for. She is the one, right? So if you have that type of mentality, you're going. Because what's going to happen is, number one, most likely you probably never meet her. Number two, you probably never have any type of interaction with her. You're just going to come off as a stalker. So when you're talking to multiple chicks online, you create an atmosphere of abundance for yourself. And that's attractive to women. It's crazy because it's backwards. More women will be attracted to you if you're talking to more women. But if you're only talking to 1 or 2 women, it's like women could feel that energy and they could be like, this guy's inexperienced and this guy's unattractive, blah, blah, blah. So the thing is, make sure that you have an abundance of options when you're using these dating apps. Don't just go on one. Try to go in as many as you can and just shop around. It's like comparing prices at the supermarket. The more supermarkets that you have or the more stores that you have to choose from to compare similar products, the better product you're going to get. So the same thing applies when you're on a lot of dating apps. The more dating apps you have to choose from, the more successful you're going to be in the future. The crazy thing is that nowadays, a lot of women, they're on the same dating apps anyway, but don't let that get to you. I remember going on one date and a chick is like, didn't I see you on Badu too? And I was like, yep. Because if she saw me on Badu and she was on the other site like POF, then she was on there too. So why should I feel bad about saying that I was on 2 sites and she was on 2 sites too? But the solution is, guys, just don't get discouraged and just keep on going and try to talk to as many women as you can. What you need to do is create other options. Talk to women on the streets, talk to women in real life. Go out there and approach women. Don't be scared to walk up to a chick and strike up a conversation. The more options you have, the better. But if you only have a few options, that's what's going to make you come off as thirsty. But when you could just chill and let them come in because you created abundance, that's when it's going to be sweet. That's it for this video. Have you ever used any dating apps like Tinder, Bumble, Plenty of Fish, OKCupid, Match.com? Leave a comment below and tell us all about it. This is BPX representing the Blue Pill Exodus signing off, saying that you don't have to be an alpha male, sigma male, red pill, black pill, purple pill, or even go MGTOW. But please, I'm begging you, please don't simp and be a white knight, blue pill, beta male provider. Peace. Later.